we will be starting with the most important lesson which is required for all the competitive exams, whether it is JEE, CET or NEET or NDA. In every single exam, this lesson is required, and the name of the lesson is current electricity. If you think of this lesson, तर ह्या लेसनचा जर विचार केला, see, I will be speaking in English as well as sometimes in Marathi, कारण मग काही मुलं सेमी इंग्लिश किंवा मराठीची असू शकतील असं मला वाटतं. But it will be a combination of both English and Marathi. I won't be speaking in Hindi. तर हा जो लेसन आहे, this lesson of current electricity, obviously when I'm teaching, it is not possible to teach in Marathi because we have science, you will be studying in English. So if you think of JEE, there will be minimum 3 questions from current electricity. When you think of NEET, there will be minimum 4 questions from current electricity. And in CET, there will be minimum 3 questions from current electricity. So this lesson is very, very important. Now, all those who are going to attend these classes, you have to be sincere for next 10 days. You have to be regular. ऑनलाईनच्या क्लासचा जो एम आहे तो एम डेमो देणे नाही. एम इज की तुम्हाला घरी बसून 100% समजणं शक्य आहे आणि तुम्ही तुमचा स्वतःचा जो एक्सपिरियन्स आहे त्याच्यावरनं सगळं ठरवायचं की वेदर इट इज रिअली पॉसिबल ऑर नॉट. फक्त थोडंसं नेटवर्क चांगलं असलं पाहिजे आणि मोबाईलच्या ऐवजी आयदर टॅब और लॅपटॉप असला पाहिजे, म्हणजे स्क्रीन थोडासा मोठा दिसेल. या दोनच रिक्वायरमेंट आहेत की जसं आता सपोज 5 वाजता जरी लेक्चर असलं तर आपण 5 मिनिटं अगोदर, आता आज वेळ दिलात इतरांना जॉईन होण्यासाठी सुद्धा, उद्यापासून तसा वेळ मिळणार नाहीये. लेक्चर मॅक्स टू मॅक्स 5:05 सुरू होईल. तर नेटवर्क इनफ पाहिजे. कॅमेरा ऑन ठेवायचा. कॅमेरा याच्यासाठी ऑन ठेवायचा, क्लास इंटरॅक्टिव्ह होतो, आपणही सावध बसतो, प्रत्येक गोष्ट आपण नीट करतो. सिमिलरली जेव्हा माझं लेक्चर चालू आहे, मी जे काही लिहिणार आहे तुम्ही ते माझ्या सोबत लिहायचं. सो कीप युअर पेन, पेन्सिल, नोटबुक, एव्हरीथिंग रेडी. You are in a class now. You are not going to watch only video. It is a class. You are in a class. आपण जसं फिजिकल क्लास म्हणजे ऑफलाईन क्लास मध्ये जेव्हा जातो तेव्हा सगळं साहित्य घेऊन जातो, तसंच बसायचं. आज जरी सपोज कुठेही बसले असेल तरी शक्यतो टेबल चेअरचा यूज करायचा. घरी आपल्याकडे जे काही टेबल चेअर असेल तो यूज करायचा. So we'll be starting with a lesson that is current electricity. So once again, I welcome you all. I am Musale sir. I will be teaching physics and Anuj Musale sir will be teaching mathematics. Okay, which lesson he will tell you. Once this lecture is over, our lecture will be between 5 to 6. Your next lecture will be from 6:15 to 7:15. Same link will be there. हीच लिंक असेल तुम्हाला. So current, electricity. You know that depending upon conductivity, materials are classified into three groups. First is conductors. Second is insulators. And third is semiconductors. This is depending upon their response to conductivity or their response to current. Now, what is current? That also I will tell you. You have already done this lesson. काही पार्ट तुम्ही 9th मध्ये केला असेल, काही 10th मध्ये केला असेल. मोस्टली ह्या बॅच मध्ये जे स्टुडंट्स आहेत ते एसएससी चे आहेत. ही जी बॅच आहे एसएससी च्या विद्यार्थ्यांसाठी आहे. व्हेरी फ्यू विल बी देअर फ्रॉम सीबीएसई. Okay, so conductors means those materials which allow the flow of current easily. They are known as conductors. All the metals, whether it is silver, copper, aluminum, even iron, gold, all these metals, they are good conductors of electricity. The reason is they have one or two electrons in their outermost orbit. So the electrons which are there in the outermost orbit, they are responsible for the conduction. They are also known as free electrons or sometimes valence electrons. Then we have insulators. Insulators do not allow. So here we'll be having all metals. Insulators do not permit the current. They do not allow the current. Example, rubber, plastic. They don't allow the current to flow through them. That is because in their outermost orbit, there are 8 electrons. So we have an example, rubber is there. Can you tell me another example? Diamond is also there. Okay, dry wood. These are the examples. In case of metal, you have aluminum, you also have copper. Okay, you also have silver. In fact, all the metals, they are good conductors. And you have third type, that is semiconductors. And semiconductors will allow the current to flow through them partially. That means to some extent, not exactly 50%. Not exactly 50%. To some extent. Examples, silicon and germanium. Even carbon is also there. In fact, all those materials which are having 4 electrons in their outermost orbit, they will exhibit or they will show the property of semiconductor. So this is depending upon the conductivity. Depending upon conductivity, the materials are classified. Conductors are not classified. Materials are classified into 3 groups. Then, now we will be concentrating only on conductors. will be concentrating only on conductors. So whenever I have any material which is a good conductor, then it will be having free electrons in the atom of that particular material. So we'll be having free electrons. We'll be having free electrons. And when these electrons, when some force is applied, these electrons will be moving in a particular direction. These electrons will be moving in a particular direction, and this directional flow of electron will give you current. So if I consider that there are n electrons in that particular material, then total number of electrons will be, or total number of electrons which we have considered is n. And if charge on the electron is E, then the total charge available in that conductor, which is Q, that will be N into E. Therefore, Q will be N into E. And how much charge is flowing per second? That means charge should be divided by time. Whenever you are finding it per second means, suppose in 5 seconds this much. So in 1 second how much? So we have to divide by 5. So whenever you want to find per second, you have to divide by time. So the charge flowing per second is known as current. Current is denoted by denotation I. This you already know. I will be telling you something which is different, but this is required. I will be telling you which is required for competitive exams. पण त्याच्या अगोदर हे बेसिक सांगावं लागणार आहे. You know, current is measured in ampere. Charge is measured in coulomb. Time is measured in second. Time is measured in second. So therefore, when I am writing I is equal to Q by T, I can also write, if charge, that is current, is measured in ampere, therefore 1 ampere will be 1 coulomb in 1 second. So now we can define 1 ampere from this formula. You don't have to memorize it. Definition also you can remember, or you can frame the definition. You can write the definition from this formula. How? When a charge of 1 coulomb flows through a given conductor in 1 second, then the current through the conductor is said to be 1 ampere. This way you can define it. When a charge of 1 coulomb flows through a given conductor in 1 second, then the current through the conductor is said to be 1 ampere. So this I is equal to I is equal to Q by T. But if you look at this, Q is also equal to NE. Q is also equal to NE. So therefore, we can also get another formula for current, and that will be N into E upon T. N into E upon T. Do you know how much is the charge on an electron? Do you know the charge? Gauri, can you tell me? How much is the charge on one electron? Gauri, you can unmute yourself. मी ज्यांना विचारेल त्यांनीच अनम्यूट करायचं. Just a minute, huh? Gauri, do you know how much is the charge on one electron?
Negative.
How much?
Negative charge.
1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Okay. Now, how much is the charge on proton? Satyajit, how much is the charge on proton? Satyajit Pohalkar. Are you there? Okay. Khadija, how much is the charge on a proton? Gauri, Khadija, tell me how much is the charge on proton?
1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19.
That means charge on proton and electron is same. Mronali, how much is the charge on a neutron? Mronali Pandit. How much is the charge on neutron? Okay, neutrons are neutral. They do not have charge. मी ज्याला विचारेल त्यांनी अनम्यूट करायचं. So we have another definition, or we have another formula for current. From this formula, we can also calculate. We can also calculate that how many electrons will be flowing through a given conductor in 1 second if the current is 1 ampere, or how many electrons will constitute a current of 1 ampere. That is one objective question जो येथे फ्रेम होऊ शकतो. दूसरा, Q is equal to NE. Charge is measured in coulomb. So if we write here, if I want to find how many electrons are there in 1 coulomb, ते पण तुम्हाला काढता येईल. Therefore, N will be equal to Q upon E. N will be equal to Q upon E. Now what they are saying, Q is 1 coulomb. and charge on electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. That means it is 1 upon 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. If I remove this, it will become 10. This I will take to numerator. So it will be 10 into 10 raised to 19 divided by 16. This 10 raised to 19 I can write as 10 into 10 into 10 raised to 18. I'm using laws of indices. This plus this will be 19, which is this 19. Why? Because my denominator is 16, which is more than this 10. So now I can write this as 100 upon 16 into 10 raised to 18. And if we divide this will be 6.25 into 10 raised to 18. So thus n is equal to 6.25 into 10 raised to 18. Here there will be an objective question. कसा objective question तयार होऊ शकतो? कसा objective question तयार होऊ शकतो? How many electrons will make 1 coulomb of a charge? असा ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह प्रश्न येथे तयार होतो. How many electrons will make or will constitute 1 coulomb of a charge? So option A, they can give you option A, 6.25 into 10 raised to 19. Option B, 6.25 into 10 raised to 17. Option C, 6.25 into 10 raised to 18. And option D can be anything, 6.25 into 10 raised to 20. You know the answer. You know that it is 6.25 10 raised to 18. So you don't have to look for the others. बाकीचे ऑप्शन्स काय आहेत काही घेणं नाही. आपल्याला हे न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व केलेला आहे आणि त्याचा आन्सर आपल्याला माहिती असलं पाहिजे तरच फिजिक्स मध्ये पेपर नीट सॉल्व होतो. तुम्हाला कोणत्याही टॉपिक वर प्रश्न कशी तयार होतात हे माहिती असलं पाहिजे. ते जर माहिती असेल तर कोणतीच एंट्रन्स मग डिफिकल्ट नाही. ओके, so this was about how the question can be framed ह्याच्यावर. Then after the current, who knows Ohm's law? Ohm's law कोणाला माहिती आहे? मानसी चौधरी, can you tell me what is Ohm's law? Mansi, are you there? मानसी कॅमेरा मध्ये वळा. ओके, अनुष्का डाळे, what is Ohm's law?
Current passing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference.
ओके, आणि त्याला कंडिशन काय आहेत? यू आर करेक्ट. कंडिशन काय आहे पण? What is the condition?
I is directly proportional to V.
No, but there is some condition. If the physical conditions are remaining same, if physical conditions are remaining same, याचा अर्थ काय? What do you mean by that? The physical conditions are remaining same. याचा अर्थ काय? हा जो कंडक्टर जो आहे या कंडक्टरचे डायमेन्शन्स चेंज झाले नाही पाहिजे. ही पहिली कंडिशन. डायमेन्शन्स म्हणजे याचा काही एरिया चेंज नको व्हायला, व्हॉल्यूम चेंज व्हायला नको. दुसरी कंडिशन आहे टेम्परेचर चेंज व्हायला नको. दुसरी कंडिशन आहे टेम्परेचर चेंज व्हायला नको. तिसरी कंडिशन आहे सेम मटेरियल हे प्रत्येक वेळा वापरायचं. whenever you are studying Ohm's law, whenever you are taking different readings, तेव्हा तोच वायर वापरायचा, सेम मटेरियलचा. म्हणजे एकदा कॉपर नंतर आयर्न किंवा सिल्वर असं नाही. सो डायमेन्शन्स शुड नॉट चेंज. म्हणजे त्याची लेंथचा प्रॉब्लेम नाहीये, बट व्हॉल्यूम शुड नॉट चेंज. Dimension should not change, nature of the material should not change, and temperature should not change. If all these factors are remaining constant, then I is directly proportional to V. I is directly proportional to V. That means if I have a conductor, then the current I flowing through this conductor will be directly proportional to the potential difference applied between the two ends of the conductor. So whatever the current is flowing, current will be always flowing. What is the direction of the current? What is the direction of the current? The direction of the current is always from a positive terminal to the negative terminal of a battery. Positive terminal is always represented by a longer length, negative terminal by shorter. मध्ये मध्ये मराठीत बोलायचंय का असेल तर फक्त तुम्ही तसं तुमच्याकडे चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये पाठवा. So that I will be directly proportional. परंतु तुम्ही असा लिहिला होता का हा? तुम्ही सांगताना स्टेटमेंट काय सांगितलं? म्हणजे इवन इन युअर बुक ऑल्सो करंट इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द पोटेन्शियल डिफरन्स. आणि आपण लिहिताना काय लिहिलं? V is directly proportional to I. Actual law is V is equal to R into I. Isn't it? आहे की नाही? पण आपण म्हणताना काय म्हणतो? I is directly proportional to V. लिहिताना काय लिहितो? V is directly proportional to I. Actually law is V upon I as R. In fact, it is V upon I is always constant. Even when जर तुम्ही व्हेरीफाय केला असेल बघा प्रॅक्टिकल मध्ये, तर तुम्ही काय केलं होतं? V1 पोटेन्शियल करंट I1, V2 पोटेन्शियल करंट I2, V3 potential current I3, and everything was constant, and that was the resistance of that conductor. That was the resistance of that conductor. Okay, so actual law is this: the ratio of potential, to the current through a given conductor is always constant, and that constant is known as resistance. The constant is known as resistance. So thus this V is equal to R into I. Now, what is resistance? Who will tell me what is resistance? Who will tell me what is resistance? Resistance is nothing but the opposition. It is the opposition offered by the material to the flow of electron. Let me tell you here, जेव्हा इलेक्ट्रॉन हा कंडक्टर मध्ये मूव्ह करत असतो, जसा जसा फोर्स त्याच्यावर इन्क्रीज होतो तसं तसं त्याची व्हेलॉसिटी वाढते. रेझिस्टन्स फंक्शन काय आहे, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी काय आहे, जॉब काय आहे, ती व्हेलॉसिटी कमी करणे, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कमी करणे नाही, स्पीड कमी करणे. So the function of resistance is to oppose the speed of electron and not only the electron. Resistance is never utilizing, never consuming. Resistance is never utilizing or never consuming electrons. It is only slowing down the electrons. If resistance is more, velocity or the speed of that electron will be less. And if resistance is less, then the speed of that electron will be more. So the job or the function or the responsibility of a resistance is just to either increase or decrease the speed. This resistance depends upon the resistance. Suppose if I have a conductor, whose length is suppose L, this length is L, and this area, this one, this is known as area of cross section. This is known as area of cross section. That we will denote by some notation A. Length is denoted by L. Then the resistance offered by this conductor to the flow of electrons is directly proportional to the length, and it is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. It is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. So if I combine these two equations, resistance is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to area of cross section. Therefore, I will write that as R is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to area of cross section. And therefore, if I remove this proportionality sign, I will get a means I have to introduce a constant. मला एक कॉन्स्टंट यूज करावा लागणार आहे. त्या कॉन्स्टंटला रो, that constant is rho. Therefore, R is equal to rho into L upon A. R is equal to rho into L upon A. SI unit of resistance is ohm. You know this. आणि symbol त्याचा असा आहे. You know, length is measured. This length is measured in meter. Area is measured in meter square. This quantity, that is rho, RHO. Rho is known as resistivity. It is known as resistivity, or it has another name, and that is specific resistance. Another name, that is specific resistance. So from this formula, if I want to write rho, means if I want formula for rho, it will be rho is equal to this, A will come to this side, so it will be R into A upon L. We know resistance is measured in ohm. Area is measured in meter square. Length is measured in meter. 1 meter will get cancelled with this, and therefore SI unit of this resistivity, SI unit of this resistivity is ohm meter. दूसरा ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह क्वेश्चन बनतो येथे, SI unit of resistivity is. ऑप्शन काय असू शकतात? ऑप्शन ए. क्वेश्चन काय आहे? SI unit of resistivity is. ऑप्शन ए असू शकतं ओहम पर मीटर. ऑप्शन बी असू शकतं ओहम मीटर. ऑप्शन सी असू शकतं ओहम मीटर स्क्वेअर. And option C can be anything like ohm, maybe meter cube, something like this. What you have to know is this correct option, only this correct option. So you will be able to solve the question in few seconds. म्हणून हे माहिती असलं पाहिजे आपल्याला, आपण जे काही शिकतो ते माहिती असलं पाहिजे, बेसिक माहिती असलं पाहिजे, तेव्हाच कॉम्पिटिटिव्ह एक्झाम मध्ये चांगला स्कोर येतो. सो दिस इज अबाउट ओहम मीटर. आज आपण थोडं उशिरा सुरू केलंय. ओके, उद्या क्लास विल बी इन टाइम. तुमचं मॅथ्सचं लेक्चर सुद्धा इन टाइम होईल. ओके, नाउ लेट मी सी दॅट. ओके, आता जेवढं काही शिकवून झालेलं आहे हे तुमच्या स्क्रीनवर नीट दिसत होतं का? तुमच्या चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये पाठवायचं. आणि आता आपण जे काही शिकलो याच्यावरनं जर सपोज हे हळू निवांत जर घेतलं तर किती टक्के तुम्हाला समजू शकतं हे तुम्ही पर्सेंटेज मध्ये पाठवायचं. त्याच्यावरनं मला एक फीडबॅक मिळतो. म्हणजे काही चेंजेस जर करायचे असतील तर अकॉर्डिंगली आय विल मेक द चेंजेस. लवकर पाठवा. सूरज पिंपरकर, स्क्रीन संपूर्ण नीट दिसत होता का? अनम्यूट कर बाळा.
हो.
तुझा वेळ, तुम्हाला जे काही शिकवलं ते सगळं समजत होतं का?
हो.
जयराम फडतरे, जयराम माझा आवाज नाही आला का तुला? दीपाली तांबे, स्क्रीन नीट दिसत होता?
हो सर.
जेव्हा मी शिकवत होतो तेव्हा तुम्हाला लिहायला मिळतं का?
हो.
घरात बसून शिकणं शक्य आहे का? दररोज जर सपोज आपण व्यवस्थित रेग्युलर लेक्चर जर अटेंड केलं तर आपण घरी बसून शिकू शकतो का?
हो.
जान्हवी तुला काय वाटतं? जान्हवी सरगर,
हो.
विनोद बारी ना? विनोद, सिद्धी कुदळे, पियुष वाल्डे, तुम्ही तुमचा अनुभव सांगा. सगळ्यांनी चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये पाठवा, त्याच्यावर एक अंदाज येतो. सो काय जरी चेंजेस मला सांगा. कम्प्लीट इंग्लिश मध्ये बोलायचं का आधेमध्ये मराठी बोलायचं? ज्याला जे वाटतं ते बोला, ते सांगा मला, किंवा चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये तरी पाठवा. अस्मिता शिरुडे,
समजतंय.
समजतंय. लँग्वेज कोणती पाहिजे?
मराठी.
आधेमध्ये मराठीत बोलायचं.
हो.
ज्या मुलांचं सेमी इंग्लिश होतं, ओके, त्यांना प्रॉब्लेम येणार नाही. किती लोकांचं मराठी मीडियम होतं, त्यांनी जरा थोडं नंतर चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये पाठवा. राज भोसले, कॅमेराला काय प्रॉब्लेम होता बेटा? दिवेकर,
समजतंय.
हो, तुम्हाला हा संपूर्ण लेसन जेव्हा माझा शिकवून झालेला असेल तेव्हा ह्याच्यावरचे, आता सध्या आपण तुम्हाला काय 11वी-12वीचं करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मी शिकवणार नाही. जेव्हा मी तुम्हाला हा लेसन शिकवेल तेव्हा तुमच्या 10वीच्या थोडस पुढे, आणि तेव्हा तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की आपण 10वी मध्ये काय काय करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मध्ये शिकायला पाहिजे होतं. ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह क्वेश्चन्स पण घेणार आहे, सगळं थेअरी तुम्हाला शिकवणार आहे.